Marco Asensio's name lit up transfer feeds late on transfer deadline day, but this wasn't the familiar flash of a Madrid goal reel, it was the headline of a career turning point. Once a Bernabeu favourite, scored in big moments and wore the weight of expectation with flair, Asensio has now left Paris Saint-Germain and signed for Turkish powerhouse Fenerbahçe in a move confirmed by both clubs, a permanent deal reported as a 3-year contract with an option for a fourth. The image is striking. A player who arrived at PSG hoping to write a new chapter, choosing Istanbul as the stage to revive himself. To understand why this feels like a gamble, you need the context. Asensio's career was forged at Real Madrid, where flashes of brilliance delivered trophies and memories that anchored his reputation. He moved to PSG in 2023 with the expectation of being a major creative force in a star-studded side, but the time in France did not settle into the consistent starring role many predicted. Last season's loan to Aston Villa felt for a while like a return to form, real minutes, tangible contributions, a reminder that Asensio's skill set still translates at a high level, but permanent stability remained elusive. The Fenerbahçe deal gives him guaranteed rhythm and responsibility in a club that expects immediate influence. There's an emotional dimension to the move that fuels the headlines. For players whose identities were tied to the Bernabeu, leaving Spain often brings a new test. Will the player rise in a different culture and league, or will their star fade under unfamiliar pressures? Turkey's Super League is a very different theatre. Intense fans, a domestic calendar that breathes passion, and a media landscape that turns every touch into a story. Fenerbahçe supporters are among football's most demanding. They celebrate heroes and bury those who fail to meet expectation. That pressure is exactly what makes this signing a dramatic bet. For Asensio, it's a chance to be loved again. For Fenerbahçe, it's a recruitment with immediate demands. On the practical side, the deal reportedly locks Asensio into a 3+1 year arrangement and closes a transfer window in which clubs were frantically reshaping squads. That term implies both medium-term commitment and a get-out clause of sorts. The optional year gives the club leverage depending on performance. From a strategic angle, Fenerbahçe gains a technically gifted left-footed attacker who can play across the front line, create for teammates, and finish chances. Asensio gains guaranteed minutes and a platform to rebuild his national team credentials. If the goal is a return to Spain's selection picture and a shot at a future World Cup squad, playing regularly in a demanding environment is a clear step in that direction. But the move also carries risk. Fenerbahçe will not offer the same routine exposure to the Champions League this season, and the stylistic differences could either unlock a new profile for Asensio or highlight his limitations. The narrative Aston many outlets are already writing, a Bernabeu favourite seeking redemption abroad, will hinge on two things: immediate adaptation and consistent production. Fans will watch his first appearances like a litmus test. Pundits will frame his success as proof that players can reinvent themselves away from La Liga, or as evidence that some talents only truly belong to a single stage. For now, the picture is clear and fascinating. A late window transfer that mixes headline drama with human stake. Asensio arrives wanting to rebuild. Fenerbahçe hopes he becomes the spark their season needs, and football audiences worldwide are left to debate whether this is the biggest gamble of his career, a move that rescues him and writes a new success story, or one more chapter in a long list of talented players trying to rediscover themselves away from the Bernabeu. The first performances in yellow and navy will tell us which.